the spectacles around me. I'm Amy. I have liked playing with toys and airplanes since kindergarten, yet my parents have never bought me one. Airplanes are for boys. We'll buy you a toy instead, they said. One day, my primary school teacher asked me to write about my dream job. Flight engineer for sure. But my parents told me, Amy, you should be a flight attendant who provides caregiving services instead. Can I become a flight engineer when I grow up? Maybe I can, I wondered. Getting promoted to junior secondary, I heard from an integrated science teacher that, boys, I have high hopes for you. Our school had both home economics and design and technology lessons. The grouping was up to the teacher's choices. I wished to join the D&T group. When I read the textbook to learn from the famous scientists and engineers, again, and again. If I were a boy, everything would be much simpler. Once I realized it wasn't the truth. At that time, the teacher delivered back the marked integrated science quizzes. I got 91 out of 100 marks. My neighbor, Harry, also got 91 marks and received praise from the teacher. Yet, I did not. Unexpectedly, Harry did not look happy. I wondered why and asked him, "The teacher praised you, why don't you look happy?" He replied, "It seems to be my responsibility to excel in STEM subjects. I have nothing to take pride in." He continued, "My parents scolded me much harder for bad grades in science. From then, I learned the weight of learning it rather than the enjoyment I used to have." So when it's time to choose elective for senior secondary, my wholehearted preference was physics, a prerequisite for being a flight engineer. Yet, I struggled as I probably cannot be. So when I was about to submit the elective form of art subjects, a teacher invited me to participate in a local thesis Olympiad competition. I was surprised. I struggled and replied, "Am I capable of that? I'm afraid I may not be the right candidate as expected." "I see the potential in you from the academic records. Just believe in yourself and go ahead," the teacher replied. I then changed my elective choice to physics, ICT, and mathematics module 2, prerequisites to our Bachelor of Aviation Engineering. I will become a flight engineer one day. To pursue my flight engineer dream, I worked very hard in the 3 electives in senior secondary and did not feel tired of learning. Something has been motivating me. I made it halfway through. I was studying for a Bachelor of Aviation Engineering at a local university. Despite being one of the few females in the class, I did not regret it. Now, I'm proud to announce, my dream comes true. I finally have become a registered flight engineer. To introduce you to the picture book, So for the book themes in real-world context, I chose the themes of gender equality in STEM studies and careers in the local context where the Education Bureau advocates for STEM for all. So it may be a bit odd to promote gender equality in the well-developed 21st century. Despite including the A stands for the art component in STEM to elevate girls' interest in devoting themselves to the field, the root problem that some significant socializers, as per Bovember's ecological theory, including parents and educators, who accompany students' growth from kindergarten to undergraduate the most, unintentionally shape students who used to have potential and interest in being a STEM person, making remarkable STEM contributions, to see how themselves are represented in STEM fields through the daily gender stereotypical lens, and get demotivated from STEM learning and careers to conform to the overproduced and social desirable gender roles in STEM. So it's evident in the disproportionate number of two genders opting for STEM-related electives in their senior secondary and STEM-related further studies. For example, the bachelor's degree in engineering, scientific research, and careers. So for the target readers and underlining book messages. So this seemingly childish picture book targets 3 reader groups. The first is children in the junior primary who start to think about their dream jobs and are in close contact with daily STEM activities. And the second is the parents who may read the picture book alongside the children and are one of the significant socializers of children's study choices and career paths. So the third are educators. So there can be teachers or policymakers who are another significant socializers that verbally and non-verbally communicate students of how STEM fields look like. So it aims to leverage the growth journey of Amy, the main character, in being a flight engineer, where the STEM identity symbolized by the clearness of the mirror image is reduced, as the symbolistic surrounding gender, blue and pink stereotypical spectacles of parents and teachers, as the book title suggested, accumulate. And eventually her persistent effort to prompt fortune in meeting the objective teacher who saw her STEM potential regardless of the gender and reignite her enthusiasm in pursuing the STEM dreams and works out the regardless STEM career life were prayed to bring out 2 messages for the target readers to cast back and to reflect about the real-world problems of gender equality in STEM education. So first is my sincere hope to the parents and educators to undergo metacognition on whether they have similar gender stereotypical spectacles as the characters did on their children or students who used to be motivated and talented in STEM fields, and to empathize with Amy's disappointment and gradually lower STEM identity, which the gender stereotypes nearly make Amy a broken dream, and the powerlessness of their joint objective roles in sustaining and igniting their children's and students' passion in pursuing the STEM dreams. So second is my wholehearted wish as a science teacher for the next generation to be brave and persistent enough to see themselves as a STEM person and to pursue their STEM career dreams and contribute as they generally desire in the STEM fields like Amy, regardless of their gender. So for the inspiration behind and the creative journey, so the journey of Amy, a pseudonym, is a mix of my family members' true stories. So she is now a registered engineer and the research-based real-world situation in the local STEM fields. So I incorporate the parents overlooked the gender stereotypes in STEM fields. So please also refer to the annotations, including toy choices, for example, robots for boys while dolls for girls, and career preferences for their children. So STEM related for boys while the caregiving service for girls. So I also incorporate teachers' unintentional gender stereotypes in the class interaction. So you can also refer to my annotations. So including expectations communicate through classroom dialogue, gender grouping of subject streams, and attribution for success and failure, and representation of STEM role models in materials and textbook which reinforce the self-fulfilling prophecy. So I additionally include the conversation between Amy and her neighbor Henry to show the annoyed fact that gender stereotypes in STEM may also harm boys who are under lots of gender role pressure to excel in STEM. So it hopes to convey that gender equality in STEM does not mean having exceptionally high expectations for both genders, but empowering students regardless of gender to pursue the study and career streams they are talented and interested in. So I thought of something more to add. So there are two things. The first is the impact of peers' gender stereotypes in STEM, and another would be the stereotypical story of a boy in pursuing the art-related subjects and careers. And that's my introductions. Thank you.